This video is going to be a little controversial. We are going to be talking about anime that are just good. Not amazing, not masterpieces, but just good. Nothing more than good, and that's completely okay. But before we get into this video, most of you aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you could go down below and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Anyway, on with the video. There's this stigma in anime where if anything isn't a masterpiece or amazing, it's mid and trash and not worth it. But what if I were to tell you that we need these shows, and it's these shows that really help us define our taste? First, let's go through what masterpieces or 10 out of 10s are and why they should be special and not overdone. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Mal on My Anime List, a website which logs your anime and gets you to give it a rating. It's a fantastic website, but we stumble upon an issue we'll get to later on. Masterpiece should encapsulate your favourite series or what you think is the absolute best thing your eyes has witnessed. Now, there can be many things that you find to be your favourite, but how do you differentiate between them, and are there differences? This is where this video comes into play. Not all anime have to be masterpieces. You need the good anime to see the differences between a good show and a great show, though everything comes down to personal enjoyment and preference. I won't judge someone on how they rank their anime, and you shouldn't either, because it's their opinion and their taste. However, I'm just saying, anyone with Domestic Girlfriend as a 10 out of 10, you, sir, have good taste. But we need these just good anime to help us define our taste. Test of waters in new genres that we may have not tried before. It helps separate your opinion on what's our favourite shows. In the anime community, a mid anime is normally something that is overhyped, a series, or with an average rating of about 7 out of 10 on Mal. But why is a 7 on Mal seen as a bad thing? Why is it if an anime score has a 7 out of 10, it's bad or mid? 7 out of 10 is a really high score, and this is where the misconception has come into place with the anime community nowadays. Not every show has to be a 9 out of 10. Everyone sees the number 7 and think it's about to be the absolute worst piece of media they laid their eyes on. A 7 out of 10 is a good rating on Mal. It even has the word good next to it, yet people more so see this as an average. 7 out of 10 is the medium score, and if you have a 7 out of 10, you are average, and anything below 7 is absolute dog water. When in reality, a 5 out of 10 should be your average score. That is exactly the middle. That should be your average when ranking an anime. A lot of people tend to overrate as well because of them thinking 7 out of 10 is average. So a lot of shows will become 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, diminishing that special factor that comes with that. So anyway, what are some anime that are just good and I feel like do deserve that good ranking? One I'd like to highlight personally for me is High Rise Invasion. The plot is unique, but as you are watching it, it becomes super predictable the further you get into it. There's some fan service that even I question, yet it was fun. The premise of the world combined with some cool characters, badass fighting scenes, I vibed with it heavy. Was it the most amazing show I've ever watched? No. Would I recommend it to anyone? No. But I enjoyed it for what it was, and it was just good. Another just good anime is Seraph of the End. The vampire genre is one most people in the anime sphere should have come across at least once in their time, and Seraph of the End is a little different with a more gritty tone, yet unfortunately falls flat on becoming predictable, and especially in the manga, confusing with the constant time travelling. This isn't about the manga, this is the anime, and it's good, but I couldn't say it's anything better. But if you are wanting a fun, easy watch, then I'd say you'd have a great time. It's got the anime schools, it's got monsters, it's got villains, and cool powers. It's generic in every way, but in an enjoyable way. I can't say I dislike anything about the show. Finally, for this video, let's talk about Sword Art Online. Hold on. Before you come at me being like, Sword Art Online is shit. When Sword Art Online is good, it's honestly a fantastic series. When it's bad though, it is bad. Sword Art Online is everything what I think of when you say a game isekai. Fun fights, unique powers, cool bosses and levels, and later on in the real world aspect, it's got some actual political and ethical elements to it. Unfortunately, there are some weird and unnecessary parts which bring the series down. Sword Art Online is one that's become a standard. You always compare it with what other isekai you are watching against, because it's become the best example of a good show, especially with Alicization and War of Underworld. Sword Art Online shows it can have some really high moments and that it's working past those weird moments it used to have. The characters aren't anything spectacular, but it's got some great animation, it's got some unique level designed, and I think it's a perfect watch, especially if you're just getting into anime. Anyway, we need these good anime to survive in this industry, so we know when to recognize the great ones. So maybe just next time, just think about if this show is average, but you still enjoyed it. But anyway, that is all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smack that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time, peeps.